Here's how you can go from this to this for cheap. One of the biggest things that I learned recently is that you don't need the most fancy camera to have a video that actually looks good. You could have a $5,000 camera, but if your lighting's off point, it's just not gonna look good. But on the other hand, if you have really good lighting, you can make a cheap camera look amazing. And I know this because I recently learned this myself. If you don't know me, my name's Chris. I'm a content creator with over 130,000 total followers across Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I've done hundreds of millions of views, tens of millions of likes, and I've made a good amount of money while doing it. And after making hundreds and hundreds of videos, I can confidently say that upgrading my lighting was one of the best investments I've ever made. And the best part is, you don't have to spend a fortune on it. Because in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can get a professional looking lighting setup for under $100. If you do enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to the channel. I post videos just like this every single week, talking about topics similar to this one. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, before you turn on a single light at all, you need to make sure that you're getting rid of all of the light in the room, because it's really important to make sure that you start off with a blank slate. So if you have any overhead lighting, make sure you turn those off. If you have any lamps, make sure you turn those off too. And if you're in a room with windows, you got to make sure you cover those too. So you can either use something like a bed sheet, but for me, I went with blackout curtains. They're super cheap nowadays and they block out basically all of the light. The ones that I found are on Amazon and they're literally only 10 bucks and they do a great job. They come in a pack of 2, so if your windows are pretty thin, you only need to buy 1 pack of these. And by the way, all of the products that I'm going to be talking about are going to be linked in the description of this video. So the first step is just to eliminate all the lighting in the room. Now that you have all the light eliminated in the room, now you actually have to go ahead and get some good lights. And the bigger the light, the better. The reason why a big light is so important is because it makes the light look softer on your face. For example, if you just took your phone and put on the flashlight, that light is extremely harsh because of how small the light is. So we want to make sure we get as big of a light as possible for as little money as possible. So I went with the Torgym LED 12-inch light kit on Amazon. It's only 50 bucks and I think it's a great bang for your buck, because not only are the lights big, but it comes with 2 of them, and I'll explain why that's so important in a second. Both of these lights also come with a tripod. You have the ability to attach your phone to the tripods as well, which I don't actually use personally, but you do have that option if you want to do that. There's multiple different color settings, and there's also settings that make the light softer or brighter, which is really important, and I'll explain why in a second. Now, when you set these lights up, it's really important to not put the light directly in front of your face. And the reason why is because you want to create shadows. If I was just to put the light directly on my face, look how flat my face looks. There's no shadows and it just looks unprofessional. Ideally, you want to put the light at a 45-degree angle. Just make sure that you're getting good shadows. Take a look at this shot where the light is directly over my face, opposed to now where the light is at a 45-degree angle. You can see how much of a difference it makes. Now, one of the reasons why I love the Torgym LED light kit so much is because it comes with a second light. And we're going to use this second light to be our fill light. In this shot, when you see that my main light, aka the key light, is at a 45-degree angle, those shadows can be really harsh. So what we do with our second fill light is put that on the other side of our face, again at a 45-degree angle, and turn the brightness down to the lowest setting. Now you'll see that there's still shadows on my face, but it's less harsh and looks a lot better. And if I was to put both of those lights at the same brightness, you'll see that again, my face just looks flat, and it goes back to what I was saying about putting the light directly in front of your face. You just don't want to do that because it eliminates shadows and makes it look unprofessional. So again, you'll put your main light, aka the key light, at a 45-degree angle from your face, and then the second light on the other side of your face at a 45-degree angle, and make sure you set that one to the lowest setting. The Torgym LED light kit was only 50 bucks, and honestly, it's one of the best investments that I've ever made so far. It's super budget friendly and it makes the lighting look so much better. So I would highly recommend checking that out. If you want to make the light look even softer, you can get something called a diffusion panel. I actually bought one of these for like 20 bucks on Amazon, but once I bought it, I realized that it's just way too big for my room, so I don't use it. But it can make your lights look a little bit softer and make those shadows a little less harsh. But for me, I just don't have the space to use it. But if you have the extra money, it can be a worthwhile investment. Now that you have your 2 main lights set up, the next step is getting some accent lighting. Now this step is optional, but I would say that it's super recommended. Giving some accent lights in the background just adds some extra flavor to your shot. I don't even go too crazy with this, but you can see I have this tube light in the background. I usually keep it at blue, but it comes with this remote where you can change the color. So for example, I can turn it to green, I can make it red. You know, you can really change all the colors for it. And I think it's just a super cool way to just give your videos some flavor. This specific light I actually bought at Target, but you can find them on Amazon as well. I found one on Amazon for just 30 bucks and they all basically work exactly the same. And I think they can be a super worthwhile investment to make your shot just look a little bit better. Now you might be wondering, what camera do I use? And honestly, it's pretty simple. I just use an iPhone. I've used my iPhone to shoot all of my videos, from social media to these YouTube videos, for all of it. And honestly, there's no reason why you shouldn't. But there are a couple key points that you need to know if you're gonna go that route. The first one is to to not use the front-facing camera. I know it's tempting because you can see what you look like when you're taking the shot, but I'm telling you, it just looks way worse, and the rear view camera is so much better. Now, the hardest part about that is obviously you're not gonna be able to see yourself when you're filming the shot, but one thing that I like to do is if you have a MacBook, you can actually screen mirror your phone onto your MacBook screen. So this way you can actually see what your camera sees while still being able to use that rear view camera. One point that I wanna make too is just avoid buying all of those gimmicky ring lights. They are tempting because they come with a light and a tripod at the same time, but it goes back to what I was saying about putting the light directly in front of your face. They're not the best when it comes to creating good shadows on your face. And honestly, it's just hard staring directly into the camera when there's a big light right there. Like, it makes my eyes hurt. It's funny because I actually do own a ring light. As a matter of fact, I still use it, but I just use it for the tripod. I don't actually use the ring light. But if I could go back and never buy that, I would have just bought the Torgem light kit instead. So that is basically my entire lighting setup. From the two big Torgem LED lights to the accent lighting in the back, having good lighting is one of the quickest and most effective ways to instantly upgrade how good your videos look. And the best thing is that you can do it for literally under $100, and it is easily one of the best investments that you could ever make. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.